Hope you can hear me. Hope you can hear me well. So, things are happening in this country. New things are happening. Gist day. Gist day. So, as you're just joining, make sure you click the button there to subscribe if you have not subscribed. And then the thumbs up icon I can see. I'll see when you click that one. Click the thumbs up icon above. And then check the drop your comment in the comment section. I see them so I can reply. So, gist day because things are happening. You know, this country is changing now. See what happened. There's a guy called Adamu Garba. Do you know him? Adamu Garba is that guy that what was the biggest thing he did? He has once contested for presidency. He's a young guy. You know, Nigeria when they talk young, all these political parties, if they give you like a PDP youth leader, if you be 60 years old, or APC youth leader, that one will be like 90 years old. So Adamu Grab, I think he's 40 something years old, ish. And he's the one that came up with the cryptocurrency, that they should block cryptocurrency in Nigeria is good, that is cryptocurrency is better. Cryptocurrency. He's the one that sued Twitter, if I can remember clearly. He's the one that sued Twitter, that Twitter CEO, for supporting NSAS. And I don't know, but I strongly believe it's that lawsuit that made Twitter to not establish their headquarters in Nigeria. Their African headquarters now is in Ghana. That's where that Twitter CEO ran away. And he actually he liked Nigeria so much, he wanted to spend some months in Nigeria before establishing the headquarters. Coronavirus now came and prevented him from staying in Nigeria. During that coronavirus period was when NSAS started. And then the the Adamu Garba sued him. So I think that lawsuit made him not to establish again in Nigeria. So that's the same Adamu Garba that said, I read 2 days ago, said presidency should support ISWAP. You know, ISWAP, what does Islamic State of West Africa province, whatever. You know, that's the name they call all these ISIS in West Africa. That killed, according to the news we've got, they say they have killed Shekau, this guy that founded Boko Haram, this Boko Haram leader. They said they have killed him. So I was reading on the news. I don't know whether how true that is. He said that the government should support those guys so that they can finish off the rest of Boko Haram. So Adamu Garba has now come out to attack Buhari. You know, something I would never personally expect, you know, because he's always in support of the government policies. So what is vexing him? His pain is that Buhari did not attend the burial of the Chief of Army Staff. That is at Mr. General Ibrahim Attahiru. You understand? And I don't know, but somebody was saying the other day that Attahiru is also a distant relation of the INEC chairman, former INEC chairman Attahiru Jega. I don't know how true that is. Somebody can verify for me in the comments. But they say that Attahiru is their general family surname or something. So this Attahiru of a man was going for one official assignment, got to Kaduna Airport, probably want to take off, and then crashed. And you know, first things first, they said that most crashes, airplane crashes, I don't know the number, but I think it's about 90-95% happen just when the plane is about to take off. You get? And what's the reason? They say the reason is if a plane develops fault mid-air, all right, the pilot has enough time to fix the fault. He will identify what is happening, fuel leakage, this one. He will do whatever of their maneuvers and then resolve it. And what's come to us, most planes that develop fault can actually glide. They can glide until they land. So the pilot can communicate with the control tower in the nearest airport and say, hey, please clear the road. I want to attempt a forced landing, you know? So most times planes develop faults, passengers may not even know. You know, they go just say go, go, go. They will think everything is fine, but passengers will not know that this plane don't enter Wala. Except those few ones that once they develop fault, they just fall out of the sky. There is one that just there's a kind of fault that to develop to just go all the way down. So, but outside that, every other thing is okay. But when planes land on the airports, there is usually these technicians that go to service the plane, refuel it, and everything. That's when most of the faults happen. You get maybe somebody did not turn on a certain switch, somebody did not do this, somebody did not do that. You know, eventually, before you know it, they have left something unfixed, and then the pilot starts the plane like that. Now, the reason why it's difficult is a very difficult moment for the pilot is that the plane is still taking off and it's still facing the sky. If you've ever been in a plane going up, you see that you'll be wondering how is the pilot even ever able to see anything, because you that is somewhere in the plane, you can see the sight. You can't see anything. You just be seeing clouds. Then you can peep down and see down. But imagine that the pilot at the tip of the nose of the plane, the only thing they see is cloud. So imagine that the plane goes up like this and then develops fault and comes all the way down. That's how Aaliyah died. Aaliyah was that female musician that was supposed to marry, what's his name? R. Kelly. I think in 2001. She and about I think 40 people or so, the plane took off on the airport and then crashed just somewhere further down. So that's the same thing with what happened with the chief of army staff. Their plane took off, according to what I read, and then crashed just a little further down. So people could run from the airport to go see them. Now, I think the burial celebration or whatever was done at the Central Mosque in Abuja. That's what I read. I wasn't there. And they said it's just about 10 minutes drive from Aso Rock. And Buhari did not go. You know? And that plane crash killed 4 generals. And if you go to Twitter, you see that these are people that regularly on a normal day support Buhari, but this particular one pissed them off. They said even in the UK, that it can be heard that the UK government lost 1 general and the whoever is in charge did not attend. Boris Johnson, or whoever is in charge at the moment, at that time, did not attend. Not to talk of 4, even in wartime, that generals are dying right and left. You can't lose 4 generals in one day and the president does not attend. So, but this one, 4 generals, not just 4 generals, you have lieutenant colonel, this, that, died in one day and president did not show. Shocking. For most people, it no shock them because they are used to that kind of thing. All this IPOB thing that has been happening, police station, not IPOB said they are not involved, but unknown gunmen, that's what I meant. Unknown gunmen have been attacking police stations in the east. What has president said? Melaya was there on the news the other day saying president has to come out and address us, not Garba Shehu. There is not Garba Shehu that is ruling Nigeria. Why is he always addressing Nigeria? That they should allow president to address us directly. He's like, Melaya was begging, So some people, shock them. They are used to president not talking in that kind of situation. But this one, a shock a whole Adamu Garba experience shock. Cryptocurrency, not be cryptocurrency shock, a shock in cows. To the point that he came publicly to Twitter to beef president. Garba Shehu beefing his master. That one feel under for trouble. That's what I know. So a lot of people in the comments are saying Buhari is dead. And now Nasabi. Now Nasabi. So why did president not go? Why president no attend? You get 4 generals one day, the following day that buried president no go. And they said where it's happening is just 10 minutes drive from Aso Rock. When I wait there Abuja, and I know how the place be now. They said 10 minutes drive. We could just go show face, come out. Even El Rufai from Kaduna came and was crying. Did you see the video? El Rufai was crying. Carrying handkerchief. El Rufai was crying. It happened in his state. He was crying. This is not the first time El Rufai cried though. During that election, when he was contesting, he was crying that the poor state of the state, poor state of the Nigerian government, governor, he was crying. Now he's the governor. What are they experiencing now? Is he not the same poor state? You guys in Kaduna will tell me whether you people are experiencing rich state or poor state. I don't know. I've not been in. I don't think I've ever been in Kaduna. So, but he has cried before. Goodluck Jonathan has cried. Okay, I think Erufai cried when he was launching his book. Who remembers? There was one book he wrote that time. I don't even know the name of the book. Who has read the book? I think he cried during the launch. If I remember clearly, I think that was when he cried. He was writing about Nigeria post state and everything. But that's it. El cried this time around. He was wearing black. He cried. They show him he cried. While the family of the bereft were crying, El cried. Buhari no show. In fact, Buhari sent a representative, which is the defense minister. Now, defense minister was there representing Buhari, but I would also think like even if Buhari attended, the defense minister has to be there too, because we know who died. Chief of Army Staff, the number one soldier in Nigeria, you know. Apart from Buhari, according to the Nigerian constitution, if I understand clearly, you lawyers should tell me. Buhari is the one in charge of the army. So if we're looking for the number one soldier in Nigeria, it's Buhari at the moment. You know, the president of Nigeria is also in charge of the army. So number two man after Buhari is the one that died. Buhari not attend. He sent defense minister. On a normal days, defense minister supposed they there. You get what I'm saying? Suppose they there. I'm reading you guys' comment. So yeah, Henry said he's not surprised to anyone. The failed government has no moral to middle class or the poor. Voice, please. I love your program. Hey, guys, can you hear me? Is it true that my voice is low? How many people are asking for my voice? Jeez. Nigeria Today is saying my voice is low. Okay, it's the same person. Nigeria Today, you're the only one complaining. No, just increase the volume on your device. Guys, check whether my voice is low or you can hear me. So Buhari no attend. Garba Shehu, where they do cryptocurrency. He shock in cryptocurrency. The cow shock. The market, the cryptocurrency market on the bleed. Red everywhere. Even Kauto Elon Musk no help that one. He come Twitter come the beef in boss. He shock him. He was now saying, what message are we passing to the world? And now they clear for that one eye. They beef in boss. They feel pitch that one. Again, as you go beef your boss, you go lose your job. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? On no account should you beef your boss while you are still under his employ. You beef your boss, you lose your job. Fire for fire. There's no company in the world where you beef your boss and say stay. You beef your boss, you lose your job. So in the coming days, we might hear one thing happen. Another person that did not attend is Oshimbajo. So if Buhari did not attend, I would expect that normally the defense minister is supposed to attend, but I would expect that he should have sent Oshimbajo, which is the vice president. I think Oshimbajo is in a better place to represent Buhari since defense minister was always going to be there anyway. Oshimbajo cannot go there unless he's directed to. So I would have thought that he would have been the one to go there, but man, shocked me. Nobody show for the man burial. Now let's talk about the actual crash. Do you know how many plane crashes that have happened in Nigeria in the past 5 years? And these are not commercial. You would normally think that commercial planes are supposed to crash more than military planes because the military has this exceptional discipline, and then you have Nigerian Air Force. That's just their job. Nigerian Air Force, they have only one job. Take care of the planes and get it in the sky and ready for combat. Now that their plane, they crash more than civilian. All this Arik, Asma Air, where they fuck up. Some of I'm not saying Arik and Asma are fucking up. I'm saying some of our airlines, commercial airlines are messing up, but their planes don't crash. When was the last time we had a commercial plane crash? I think, is it not Obasanjo's time? Who remembers? But in Nigeria, military plane crash has been crashing. Military planes that should be in top-notch condition under Obasanjo. You get one way crash forward and they don't see them. Finally, one guy found it inside the bush. One small boy, Obasanjo gave him scholarship. I don't even know how far with the boy now and his scholarship. Why are military and Nigeria Air Force planes crashing? Are they not supposed to be the most safe ones? And these things don't crash when they are empty. They usually crash when they are top military officials there. That one that crashed in Ore, I think the military officials, top military officials were invited for a meeting. As they did there, it didn't crash, all of them. And they don't never have survivors. Makes you start to think, how come they don't have survivors? All of them. Have you ever seen any military plane crash where there was a survivor? You get. But we know commercial planes where there are survivors. There's this one called Kechi that sings in all this American Idol, a Nigerian lady that if you see her, she's burnt all through. She has done many corrective surgeries and she has a very nice voice. So she sings, she competes in all those idols. She survived a plane crash. The one that survived plane crash the other day is Emir. I think, is it not Emir of Kano or Emir of where? Is it not Emir of Kano? He managed 2 weeks ago, he managed to survive. This year alone, 2 military plane crashes have happened. The one that happened, is it not 2 months ago or 3 months ago? Killed some people. This one happened again. Some people are saying it's even 3 that has happened. Now the thing is, let's even look at what the conspiracy theories are saying. The conspiracy theories say they don't birth them. It's not a normal plane crash. If that is true in any way, it means that other plane crash that happened earlier was targeted at this Attahiru man. He did not pay attention. You have 4 planes. I think that's what they said, that they have 4 planes in Nigerian Army for that NAF. They call it NAF something, Nigerian Air Force. Four of such planes that could carry all those high-profile people. 2 have crashed, remaining 2. So somebody was tweeting on Twitter that those 2 that are remaining should be grounded, and properly checked. Benjamin said 2 people used parachutes. So there was a video that trended alongside this one. And an eyewitness was saying that when the plane was rotating and was about to fall, 2 people, the pilot and probably the co-pilot, jumped off with parachutes before the plane crashed. Now, but that video is not actually the video of this one that crashed yesterday, the day before yesterday. It's a video of the one that happened in 2018. Somebody said it's the one that happened in 2018. There's one that happened in 20. They said that's the video of that one in 2018. That one was when they were preparing for military air parade or whatever. One of the planes malfunctioned, so the 2 pilots had to eject. Now that's 1. 2. I would naturally think that I don't know what precautions, but if they make you the chief of army staff in Nigeria, plane crash is one thing you have to be careful of. What's wrong with taking commercial plane? You shouldn't be announcing your movements. You make last minute changes. For instance, you could arrange that that your military plane should carry you. On the day of the just one last minute before you just enter the plane, you switch to commercial plane with your crew members. Switch to commercial plane and fly. That's 1. Then 2, if you are really not sure of anybody, if there's somebody in your ranks you don't trust, make sure that person is always flying with you. So if you crash, everybody will crash. They say keep your friends close, man. Keep your enemies closer. If you want to enter any plane any day and the person you're suspecting gives excuse that they are not entering, don't enter. That's what I would naturally think. Another thing is that Buratai did. You see, how many years did Buratai stay in office? Is it not 5 years? I can't remember. Is it 5 or 6 years? I can't remember. Buratai, he did all that time. None of those planes crashed. The moment this guy entered, 2 planes crashed within how many months? This guy entered, I think, in February, March, April, May. Within 3 months, 2 planes crashed. How you see him now? How you see him? Somebody did. How many years did this guy do? 5 years, Within 3 months, two plane crash. See, if I'm at any of the top military branch, I'll never touch brass, all right? I'll never touch those remaining two ones. If you see me in that plane, make I die. Those two, I will not touch it. You get. One thing you can use is helicopters. Helicopters are relatively smaller and easier to cross-check. You get, if somebody planted a small explosive device inside the helicopter, it's easier to find out because the helicopters are smaller. You know, if you open it, you see the full engine. If you open this, if you open that, you get. Obviously not the pilot, because pilot will be in the plane when it's crashing. You get. So, but if it's a plane, even the smallest what do you call it? Private jet. You know, if somebody planted something small there, you may not notice. And all it needs is to blow and destroy the engine or blow off the tail. You know, the tail is what controls it. If it blows off the tail, everybody's crashing. Or does one thing, just small explosion, everything goes south. You get what I'm saying? So I think those military guys, they have to sincerely start looking at alternative mode of transportation. Then another thing people are suggesting is that those things is not like anybody killed them or anything. The most likely thing that happened is that those planes are actually bad. Example, that one that two people jumped out while it was about to crash. It means that it's bad. Another example is, who remembers 2, 3 weeks ago, some soldiers were complaining that a military Nigerian Air Force bombed Nigerian Army. Shock you. Who remember that video where a soldier was screaming that they put about 20 soldiers inside a vehicle truck and transporting them to go fight Boko Haram? Nigerian Air Force came from the top and bombed them. These are the matters we are trying to settle. These are the mysteries. These are the mysteries. Something's wrong, man. So these people have to sit down among themselves and figure out what exactly is wrong, because the next person they are going to give that position, his life is already in danger. The moment they give you that position, your life has entered danger. And nothing stops from another plane from crashing. Because look at all the time this plane has been crashing, since Obasanjo time, plane has been crashing mysteriously. No single report has come out to confirm why the plane crashed. Who remembers when Sosoliso, I think Dana Air, who remember? I don't think it's Dana Air, but I know Sosoliso crashed at one point. Bellevue crash. The one that killed Dr. Lukoya. Till now, we don't know the result of that investigation. Everybody has forgotten. You see, you want to try Nigeria. Something will happen now, people go scream. Tomorrow, everybody has forgotten. It could happen again. Everybody go scream, everybody has forgotten. Person go to drive for road for your village or something. Manage survive accident because of poorly built road, poorly built corner, poorly built road that is spoiling, potholes. Person will come out, hey, thank God, I narrowly escaped. He has forgotten. Tomorrow, another person will go there and die. And that person that died might be related to the one that survived. We don't tackle issues. We don't stay on issues. Is it in US now that you want to sweep something under the carpet? It can never happen. There's no matter in the US you can sweep under the carpet with a man. In Nigeria, no single plane crash has been conclusively solved. All of them, once you hear we are trying to start to constitute a legal committee to look into the investigative panel of the don't go. So these soldiers and this Nigerian Air Force, they have to look at all their planes first, all their helicopters, make sure. And then what is the certifying body? Those ones, and them they're supposed to hold. There's a body that's supposed to approve whether a plane should fly or not, whether a helicopter should fly or not. I don't know what that body is called, Is it not the one that's called FAN? But I don't know whether it's FAN that controls the one of the military too, because I know that there's one for commercial. The one for the military, if they're doing their job well, they will spot when a plane is not fit for flying. Matter of fact, most of those planes are very, very old. These are planes that came out pre-World War. Go and check now. Go and check planes they used in World War II. Are they not better than the ones we're using now? Go and check. Those planes they used in World War. This plane, World War is how many years? 70 years ago, I mean, 80 years ago. Go and check planes then. 1945 planes. They seem better than the ones we're using in Nigeria today. So all this money we are putting into military spending, millions of dollars. Can't we bring out money and buy 2 solid fighter jets used to end this Boko Haram issue once and for all? You know, or used to buy high quality private aircrafts for flying. Why haven't you ever heard that a military aircraft in the US crashed? Why haven't you ever heard it? Have you ever heard it? That an aircraft carrying generals in the US crashed? You know, it doesn't make sense. If it there happens, do you know how many people that will go to jail? They go investigate them, saute the person will tight the knot for the plane, go jail. You get NCAA, yes, Victor said it, NCAA. Ogun said, what form of transportation when they refuse to build proper road? Now that's another thing. If you know Kaduna from Abuja, that road from Abuja to Kaduna is now infamous. You know, they are saying that the normal thing for that road is if you travel that road, the kidnappers supposed to kidnap you. That if kidnappers don't kidnap you for that road, that's abnormal. Like it doesn't look normal, it doesn't sound normal. So you travel that road, they don't kidnap you. Wow, that's amazing. At the point we read news that the military deployed 100 female soldiers to guard that road. Still, kidnapping they happen. Is it that the female soldiers are invisible, or that they are deployed to the wrong road? I don't know. You know, and if that road was safe, maybe who knows? That chief of army staff would have gone by road with his entourage. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Now, some conspiracy theories are saying that that man was a man of very high integrity. That initially he crashed with the former chief of army staff. What's his name? Buratai. When he was not chief of army staff, I think he was like a unit commander or whatever. They clashed. I don't know how true that is. They now said that as he came in, they wanted to probe him. He said no, that he's just coming in, that you can't probe the military under his command. You're supposed to probe, you are supposed to invite the people that handed over to them, which is Buratai and Biko. That if there's any military expenses or spending that is not clear, Senate should invite them. That's what he said. There's a video of that. You know? And they said he's super determined to fight Boko Haram. And some people are saying that these things are what cost his life. You know? As a way to explain that Buratai did so many years as in that position and no planes crashed. His plane did not crash. This one does enter. 2 planes crash immediately. So which one do you guys think? Yeah, Kenny is correcting me. He said military aircrafts crash as well in America. What I'm saying is I've seen some videos of military aircraft in America crash. But what I'm saying is the ones that are carrying generals, do you know anyone? Can you reference anyone? Military aircrafts carrying top military brass just crash like that. I've never heard. What I hear is what I've seen on YouTube. You will see people during parade. Soldiers, military, what they call it, fighter pilot during parade. They mess up with the plane, they eject and the plane crash. I've seen that. But I've not seen. So he said 30 minutes to Abuja. Kaduna is 30 minutes to Abuja, if I understand what you're saying. But the thing is, that road is not safe. If that road is safe, I would have, I believe that Attahiru would have considered to ply that route with his entourage. You know? He would have considered that. But that road is not safe. Now, the thing is, what is it in this road that is so difficult to police? You get, if there's an express road that is 30 minutes, 1 hour long, I don't know, 2 hours even, Abuja to Kaduna, if there's a road that is that long, then it's not too long. If you put strategic military checkpoints, you're supposed to solve the problem. What of the places where the kidnap happened? If you go to the neighboring villages, hire their hunters, they'll be able to trace those people. What is difficult? I don't know the situation there, but it's a question to ask. What's too difficult in that particular express? So much so that the railway is now being crowded. There was a time we saw a video of those people, they had to go shoot at the trains passing. Not that they can stop the train, and they just they shot into the trains passing. Imagine that. Somebody was making a video. Hey, Williams. Happy Sunday, Williams. Kenny, I'm waiting for you. Let me know any example of US military top brass crashing. In Nigeria, we have more than almost 4 to 5 examples. You enter plane, poof, from there you go heaven. From that height like that, you go heaven. Just because they gave you a top military position. So I'm gonna stop here, guys. What do you guys think? Beautiful. Odion said, my brother, the blood of the Lekki massacre is crying for justice. Now, many people that witnessed that Lekki shooting that night, it was their first time of seeing that kind of thing, because they're in this part of the country. If you're in certain parts of the country, you know that it happens every day. For instance, now that we're talking, do you know that the military is in the southeast, especially in Imo State? If you go to Twitter, type Owerri, type Imo on Twitter, you see shootings that are going on. Whether those shootings are justified or not is left to be debated, but that thing that happened in Lekki is happening. Soldiers are shooting people. If you mess up, they shoot you. In the southeast. What of the one that happened in Obibo? That same week, that one happened in Lekki. There was one that happened in Obibo, and it has happened like once or twice again since then. So, if not for blood to cry, do you know how much blood that will be crying? What of the one that happened to shared members? Buratai, I think it's Buratai, he said that he was going and shared members block his road, now open fire. And the shared are saying that over 150 of the members were killed. That's what shared. I think over 350 or so. They even shot their leader and arrested him. Till now, that man is in jail or in custody. Till now, it's in custody. Yeah. Ogun said many of those planes are not well maintained, including those private ones. Yes, that's what I'm saying. They shouldn't just leave this at the tip, because one day we might just hear that one thing, the president's private jet collapsed or collapsed mid-air. The thing has crashed. So that body that's in charge of verifying and certifying that the plane should fly, that is the body they should hold responsible and make sure that that body is doing its duty. Somebody said it's NCAA. They should go into NCAA and look at what is really happening there. Because if they are doing their duty well, most of these crashes will not slip by. If a plane is not going to fly, they will not allow it to fly. So I'm going to end here, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Any other thing? One last thing I'm going to add is, if you want to do any online business, we have courses. Go to my website, brainterm.org. Maybe I should be able to type it here. We'll now have a new platform. Okay, just visit the same brainterm.org. You see that we have changed our platform. We've upgraded it for you. Okay, so go there, choose any course of your choice, and start and join the class. Okay, we have classes going on now for online businesses. Okay, then if you have younger ones, like anything above 10 years, 7 years, anything above 7 years in your house, sign them up for my software development class. So I have a software development class that will take the person from zero, and by the time they are done, they have become a software developer. And the earlier the better. The earlier these people start, the better, because you don't know what they are going to invent tomorrow. Things are changing fast. This Elon Musk that is launching spacecrafts, to Mars and Moon and everything. He started coding, he built his first commercial software at the age of 12. He built a game, age of 12. Bill Gates' one was age of 4. This Mark Zuckerberg that built Facebook, age of 4. So if you have people at home, sign them up for my software development course. If you are somewhere in the world that you need to change career, you don't like what you're doing now, pick my software development course. Within a month or two, you are ready for a completely new career. And software development pays mad. Most of you, those of you abroad, you know what I'm talking about. $10,000 to $20,000 per month. That's how much they pay. Let me stop here, guys. I'll put the link in the comments. Otherwise, just go to brain10.org and then sign up for my courses. All right. Thank you. See you guys. Happy Sunday.